Hi, Damien. I'm Tiffany.
Hi, how's it going?
Great. Thank you for being a part of our Stats on Stats BSides mini interviews. Where today what we're doing is trying to find out what actually brought you here to BSides and what do you do in tech?
So I came to BSides mostly because I haven't been to a conference yet. I was planning on going to DEF CON in the future, but this was the one that's the closest to me, and I was told about it by DEF CON 813, so the DEF CON group in this area. And so I just decided to come and check out what it's like to be at a conference. I do work in tech, but I've never been to a conference before, so just something new.
Got you. You just mentioned something, DEF CON 813. So I'm not completely familiar with that group. I'm pretty sure I know what they're doing, but could you tell our audience?
Yeah, so from what I've experienced so far, I've only been to one of their meetups. It's mostly just a security meetup that you get to know people, but I think they also do like talks and stuff, and just messing around with different red teaming related things. So, yeah.
Okay. How long again have you said you've been in tech?
I started, I think, when I was 22, so probably 21, so a good 7.5 years I've been in it. Yeah.
Okay, so now that you're here, how long have you been here? Just today?
So I live in Tampa, and I've been living here for 2 years.
And BSides, how long have you been at the BSides conference today?
About an hour.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
I haven't been here super long.
Gotcha.
I paid for one of the trainings, but I decided not to go because I don't want to go to training. I've already been to so many trainings. So I just kind of wanted to experience the conference itself.
What are you hoping to experience from the conference?
What am I hoping? I honestly I didn't really know what to expect. I guess I'm just trying to do something that I haven't done. They say that to do something, I guess to get a different experience, you have to do things that you have never done, and I've never been to a conference, so I don't know what to expect, but I'm just putting myself out there to to experience something, and I'm experiencing something right now, which is this little mini interview. So I guess it's going well.
Yeah, actually, so a couple of reasons that I'm glad that you came over here and did this. One, you feel like you're in tech, but you haven't actually gotten out into the community and network, and also you were brave enough to come over here and talk to us on the podcast. And a lot of times we feel like our perspectives may not be something that could be helpful to people who are in tech or also who may be new to tech.
Right.
But just the fact that you went to, we're speaking with DEF CON 813.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't even know was right here in the area from DEF CON.
Yeah.
So I applaud you. One, for stepping out there to come to the conference, and also being willing to share your story. If someone who's watching our podcast today had a question for you about, one, what you love for your job, or two, what resources they could use to also be as excellent as you in your job, what would you tell them?
Well, I guess we'd have to find out what my job is first, but I work in threat detection engineering for American Express.
Yeah.
I kind of brute forced it. As far as doing technology, I never went to college, so I kind of did it the hard way, and I never really had any connections either. So a lot of what I used to get jobs was certifications and LinkedIn. LinkedIn was probably one of the best resources for me when it came to jobs, and just having a very clean, good resume on LinkedIn that had a lot of pretty much everything I've done in a very concise manner, and I think that helped a lot with recruiters. They'd reach out to me. I still get recruiters reaching out to me all the time, but that's probably one of the things that helps to break into the field. And then as far as what I like about what I do, I enjoy more of solving problems rather than creating problems. Like when it comes to red teaming, you're mostly just creating problems, but I like to create problems and then solve them, or find problems and then solve it. So there is an aspect of solving it when you're in threat detection engineering, rather than just destroying things just to destroy them, So
Okay, gotcha. Threat detection engineering. For the people who aren't familiar with what your role is, can you tell them about that?
Yeah, so I mostly just I do research on different techniques using MITRE ATT&CK, and then I will generally try to simulate the attacks, or we have our red team simulate them, and that's where we get some of our information on what we should create detections for. And through those simulations, we can understand what kind of security controls that we have in place. We can figure that out as well, obviously talking to teams or using our company repositories, but it is a little bit better to implement the attack and then find out for ourselves so that we know for sure it's implemented, because sometimes there's out-of-date documentation and it's hard to keep up with, the in and out of engineers. So, and then also if we have logging and etc., that's so checking to make sure that we have logs, the security controls, and then implementing detections on those things if we don't have the security controls, or maybe a backup for the security control if it can be bypassed.
Okay, gotcha. Logs, the audit logs. Basically everything a person does on their computer, in the network, you get all of that information.
Yeah, exactly. And then we use that information to create a story, create a malicious context to alert on to the SOC, essentially.
Awesome. And the SOC, that's where people like me are like, hey, what's this person doing? Is this a bad guy, or is it an admin doing something they didn't let us know about?
Or you guys hate us a lot because we make too many useless alerts. So
look, we're all out here trying to find the bad guys, so I get it. I get it.
I worked in the SOC for 9 months. I just don't like working the SOC. It's just really, to me, it's boring.
And it's hectic. It can also be very hectic. If you got a lot of stuff going on, like you said, the threat detections, and they're still not tuned out.
Yeah, that's the problem, is the lack of tuning. When you have the lack of tuning and you can't do anything about it, it drives me nuts. And I came from engineering originally, so when I broke in, I was doing systems integration, and really the thing that helped me move, and this is probably some advice that you were probably looking for, I would say try to be unique within your skill set. I got very good at Kubernetes when it was a very niche thing, and now Kubernetes is all over the place.
Yeah, it is.
And I was able to move from engineering to security because I was an expert in Kubernetes. I had some security certifications, but it made that transition so easy because no one else knows it in security like that. So if you don't want to go down that cookie cutter path, you want to make yourself unique, because teams are teams for a reason. This person's good at this thing, this person's good at this thing. If you're all good at the same thing, you're going to have a huge gap. So make yourself unique, try to find this place where you like it and you're able to fit in, and be yourself, be a unique person within that team.
Awesome.
So
I thank you so much for that, Damien.